Ready. Play.
As a ticket sales, but also
no way this was actually Neal Skupski, by the way.
What's this? Something about Neal Skupski is probably used to it. Well, I didn't get that one, sorry.
Neal Skupski showed up in the chat, yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh, I see. There was someone called Neal Skupski in the chat, was there?
On these Polish streams, I sometimes do Zizhen Zhang would show up from time to time. I don't think it was actual Triple Z.
Listen, it probably wasn't Neal Skupski, but if it was, then they've done, or if it wasn't, sorry, they've done their homework because he is a Liverpool fan. Because his comment is
good. That was just like this elaborate, right? I like that.
Yeah, so they've done their homework, which is good because he's a Liverpool fan, and therefore he wouldn't like my hat. But I'm suggesting that it wasn't him.
And yeah, Neal Skupski would also be suggesting Luke Johnson, of course, for a fellow Brit.
Brazy is convinced it's the real Neal Skupski. Jake is asking if it's the real Neal Skupski. Yeah, could be. I mean, if you're gonna fake being someone, then you're probably not going to choose Skupski, but then that's probably a good one to choose as a result.
Why wouldn't you choose Skupski?
You wouldn't choose him because you go for a big one. You know, why not be Martin? Yeah, but I mean, like in the world of tennis,
if it's the real Neal Skupski, now you kind
of be annoyed at that. As well as the Man United hat, I'm going to have to go on a big apology towards him. And yeah, I'm not big, he says. Yeah, there you go. Neil, if it's you, you're huge. But I'm still thinking that Neil, you're not Boris Becker. That's the one you got to choose, or Martina Navratilova, or Steffi Graf. I mean, you can go for a current player, I guess, but why not go for one of the legends like that in the singles?
I'm sorry, Neil. I think top 20. Well, former number one doubles. Like you're still big.
You're big, but
you're big to me. You're big to me.
But we still don't know if it's. And by the way, we're not going to get the truth out of Neil anyway, because if it's him, he's going to go, "Yeah, it's me. I'm the real Neal Skupski." And if he's not telling the truth and it really isn't Neal Skupski, he's going to go, "Yeah, it's me."
We'll never know, unless he like.
Well, no. Here's how we'll know, Neil. If you are the real Neal Skupski, send me a DM on Instagram or on Twitter, and then we'll know. Neil's officially a friend of the show.
Yeah, friend of the show, Neal Skupski, actually, yes.
Or maybe the first enemy of the show, arguably, given the hat and the Liverpool.
Given what you said about him not being big, probably. Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. Anyway, Neil, send me a DM and then I'm with you all the way.
Officially a friend of the show, yeah.
Yeah. I've got a development. I've got a development in the Neal Skupski story. So the real Neal Skupski has definitely joined us on Instagram. So yeah, there you go.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So he joined because on Instagram you can sort of see obviously who they are, and he's got the blue tick and everything. So
and what is that interesting thing?
I'm guessing it's in response maybe to something I said, like about, I think I'd go for a Becker or a Graf if I'm going to fake it. Anyway.
Wow. Okay, I'm actually kind of shocked.
I'm surprised that Neil, being a Liverpool fan, has tuned in to Diego Forlan, given what obviously happened between Liverpool and Manchester United in 2003. Oh, Anfield. Neil, just remember that match, 2-0.
And Neil would actually be old enough to remember this already, right? When he was in 2003.
Let's not talk about Neil's age. I mean, we don't want to.
I was saying old enough in 2003. Just that.
Yeah, ask Neil a question if you like in the live chat. Do that, and we'll share it if it's not too rude. Is that the last time United beat us, Neil? Yeah, very funny, Neil. Very funny. Yeah, you're having a nice little moment, obviously with Arne Slot, but yeah, we'll see how this season pans out. We'll see how this season pans out. Yeah, so feel free to ask Neal a question. Neal, where in the world are you right now? If you're in mainland Europe, it's 2:10 in the morning, or if you're in the UK, 1:10, but maybe he's stateside.
Yeah, Jerzy Dudek, I mean, forever a legend for Liverpool, but not for that much at United.
Well, he's a legend
I
for
mean,
Liverpool.
actually.
Yeah, of course, for the Champions League final. Yeah.
Yeah, for Istanbul, but not for this one horrible blooper.
Yeah, Neal here. Look, normally we have a section, Neal, which is basically ask Damien or ask John or ask anyone who's on the show. But I do think that maybe you're going to get one or two more questions from the live chat than we might. But yeah, feel free, of course, to ask Damien or myself anything if you want for the next. We'll stay live for another 5 or 10 minutes as we've got tennis royalty here in the chat. Do you see how I've switched very quickly to tennis royalty now as I try and claw back some points? I'm kind of I'm 6 love, 5 love down, and I'm about to face tennis humiliation, and I'm trying to charm my way back into Neal's good books. So I've just got to share this comment again on the screen. So I would have met, not that Neal will remember, because it's not exactly probably the most memorable moment of his tennis career, but I would have met Neal last year at the Davis Cup. I might even have put a question to him, I don't know, at one of the press conferences for the British team, probably the pre-tournament press conference. He would have been there in Malaga. Anyway, all right, well, have we had a more famous person in our live chat than Neal Skupski? I think we haven't.
Nick Carter.
Yeah, Nurlan.
Nurlan probably.
It's a good time for us to say goodnight. Good night, Neal Skupski. Good night, Brazy. Good night, Ghosty. See you, Neal. Thanks very much. Yeah, take care.
Neal, yeah.
See you, Ghosty. See you, everyone else. And everyone else, including Neal, of course, you know the drill. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe and click that notification bell so you don't miss out on all things tennis.